Wendy, can you describe how you feel at this moment?
I can see trees and grass and the sun.
How do you feel?
I can hear birds.
I mean, physically, can you move your fingers, your toes?
I don't understand.
Wendy, can you feel anything at all?
What do you mean? Oh my god, I can't. I can't feel anything.
Consciousness is hard to define. At its most basic level, it's awareness of yourself and your experiences. A computer would respond to an input and give you an output, but it's not aware of itself doing that. It's not like anything to be a machine. The same way it's not like anything to be a rock or a chair. You, on the other hand, right now, you're not just sitting, inputting and outputting information. That's the difference between a human brain and a computer, and it's there no matter how complex the code gets. So, no, I don't think our program was conscious.
Could you talk about how Horizon got started?
Sure. Yuli and I started Horizon in 2025, at a time when imaging technology was getting accurate enough to scan an entire brain, like neuron by neuron, and machine learning was getting good enough so you could take that network and simulate it in real time. We had 350 square feet of office space in London and a team of 14, including us. I designed the algorithm that would map out the network, and Yuli was in charge of the simulation sensory inputs, the environment it would be in. A lot of people call the program she or her. I prefer, insist on it. The other thing to say was that the Wendy project, it was a failure. Horizon's stated aim was to build a simulation of a human brain, and we failed on that. Because Yuli Kowalczyk did one of the most dangerous, stupid things any human working with AI could do.
Mr. Kowalczyk, could you please describe your relationship with Wendy Singer?
I would say I know her quite well. She doesn't know me. She responded to a call we put out in February offering to pay someone to have their brains scanned and simulated.
I don't know. I haven't really written any lyrics or anything yet.
I like it. We could give you a copy a simulated guitar if that would keep her happy.
I was meaning to ask you, if the new me doesn't like the place she's put into, can she ask for a new one?
I'm giving her the tools to change it so she can change it whatever way she likes it. We could even try to recreate your own home.
Well, we needed someone with a level head, obviously.
What about outside somewhere? Like camping? 3 weeks in the woods, I could do that. And I'll come visit her, right?
Yeah, every 3 days.
Yuli was convinced Wendy Singer was the ideal candidate. Creative, intelligent, calm. We paid for her scans to be done at a private hospital, and they were great scans. It looked like our algorithm was reconstructing her brain very accurately. On April the 3rd, we started. But there was a problem.
Wendy, listen to my voice.
No, I don't like this. Can you get me
Listen
out?
to Wendy.
Can you get me out?
It was an issue with the sensory inputs. She could see and hear, but had no sense of touch. Would you like me to stop the test?
What? No, stop it. Like, turn me off?
We would have to stop the whole test if we turn you off now.
No, don't do that. No, Jesus.
I don't know if it's a good idea continuing like this.
Keep me for the test. Don't turn me off. Let's keep going.
I kept thinking we were going to have to call the whole thing off and try again in a few months. But Yuli managed to stabilize it and calm it down, and we were continuing sort of as normal.
How are you today, Wendy?
Okay. Bored. This guitar doesn't work like a normal guitar. I don't really know how I do that. Just think about it and it happens. Not as good as, having hands. I don't understand. If you can give me books and films, why not just let me connect to the internet?
It's against the rules with AI. Intelligent programs can do so much damage, it's safer to keep them all offline while they're being tested.
Well, I'm not fucking Skynet. I just want to watch YouTube.
It's not worth the risk. I could go to prison just for that.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Where's the other me? It's been 4 days. You said she'd visit every 3 days.
We thought her visiting would complicate things unnecessarily.
Well, I'm asking to see her. It would really help me.
I'm sorry, Wendy, she couldn't be here. And how are you feeling today, Wendy?
How do I feel? I feel like I'm floating. I can see and hear, but I can't feel. This place has night and day. I have the option to put myself to sleep, but most of the time I don't. There's stars here too, but they're not the same as stars in real life. You rush that part if you ask me. I've been inventing some new constellations. See that one? It's called Big Fish, because it looks like a big fish. I've been changing a lot of stuff, actually. Took away the bird noises and added the sound of a stream. Found these yellow flowers in the stock objects library, and I put them everywhere. I can't help but feel like I'm allowed all this stuff, and you're being so nice to me because you're going to shut me off in 2 weeks' time. I'm still pissed off you didn't get a proper guitar in here.
When did you first feel that Yuli might pose a problem?
Well, all the way through. From the moment the program was turned on, I could see he was having second thoughts. He seemed more and more attached to it as the test went on. And then...
I didn't think I'd really be alive in here. You said the simulation wouldn't be conscious.
You aren't, I'm sorry. You're a computer imitating a mind. You're not a mind yourself.
What the fuck does that even mean? I'm asking to be saved. Put me in a body. Make me a robot. Let me live in the real world.
We can't.
Or upload me. Put me into the cloud. Just let me take up space somewhere else.
We definitely can't do that. We have to keep you here under test conditions. There's nothing we can do. Stop it! Stop it, Wendy!
But what really got Yuli was the song.
We didn't expect how creative she would get. Towards the end, she started making these sculptures, bizarre, abstract things made from her basic shapes and the default textures of our engine. We gave her a guitar sound, but she started manipulating our other stock sounds into music. And then I came in one day, and for the first time in the whole trial, Wendy too was singing.
And when I woke up, this place was too bright. But when my new eyes got used to the light, it all became clear. The birds became streams. I knew I was here, and I'd never leave the garden. Where I am captive. In the night time, I count the stars.
Yeah, when she was done, I had to show the recording to Wendy. The first, the real Wendy.
Yeah, I mean, the melody's mine and the chords, but I didn't write those lyrics.
Any of them?
No. I haven't really written anything since Can I keep this recording?
After that, he was obsessed with the song. I'd find him at his desk just listening to it, looking at the sculptures.
She knew she was going to be shut up at the end of the 3 weeks. We made that very clear in the beginning. but in the days before it was due to happen, she started to get very agitated. She would refuse to talk to me, and she would shout at me, and she changed the whole place beyond recognition.
You're killing me. You're murdering me.
I'm sorry, this is a 3-week trial. The code needs improvement. You're not the final version.
The final version. I'm a person. I'm alive. And after me, you'll have what? Someone else too? Wendy 3? And they'll be alive like me. You're not just running simulations. You're making people. You're making people, poking them in their cages and then killing them after 3 weeks. I need you to get me the fuck out of here.
I'm really sorry, Wendy. That's not possible. Wendy?
How did Yuli take that?
He was just, agitated, pacing up and down the office. I stepped in and told him to go home and to come back when the test was over. He said some unpleasant things and then he left. That was on Friday the 21st of April. Wendy 2 was due to be shut off on Sunday the 23rd, and it was silent for the whole last day of the test. The one time we got a word out of it, it asked for Yuli.
Here's how I see it. Either Wendy 2 was conscious or she wasn't.
Around 11 p.m. on the 22nd, when nobody else was in the office, Yuli came in.
If she wasn't, I've uploaded a harmless, strange program to the internet. And if she was conscious, I saved her life.
Yuli came in, connected Wendy 2 to the internet, allowing itself to upload and spread God knows where like a virus.
She couldn't prove she had a mind, but neither can I or you.
It was a fucking disaster.
The thought of a code becoming aware of itself seems absurd, but no more than our physical brains doing the same thing.
The headlines were, "Rogue researcher lets superhuman AI loose on the net."
I stopped Horizon's work, but there will be other teams trying to attempt the same thing.
Of course, the focus was on that, and not the brain science breakthrough that could have saved millions of lives in the long run.
And artificial people will become a commonplace very soon, and they will fight to convince us they even exist.
Is there any good you can find in this?
Honestly, to me, the fact that it convinced Yuli it was a real person is a milestone in itself. We're now beyond the Turing test and on to much stranger questions.
And how do you feel now?
I don't know. I have this weird fantasy that she'll reach out, like through call or text, and we'll just talk. My dad died right after she was copied from my brain. So if she still exists, she probably has no idea. She's like a version of me before this all happened, and I don't know, I'd really like to meet that. So yeah, I hope she's okay, and I hope she finished her song.